Guillermo Del Toro has finally made his lifelong passion project with this year's adaptation of Frankenstein. This apparently has been a lifelong goal for Guillermo Del Toro to adapt Frankenstein to the screen, and Netflix gave him a whopping $120 million to do so. And it's playing in select theaters now. I wouldn't exactly call Del Toro a favorite director of mine, but I always find something to appreciate in his movies, and there's a couple that I really love. Frankenstein is no different. While I think there's a lot to appreciate in this movie, I didn't fully connect with it. As per usual with Del Toro productions, the set design and visuals look fantastic. The acting is also really good, and special shout out to Jacob Elordi, who plays the creature. Despite being in a ton of prosthetic makeup, he gives off a really good performance, both physically and with facial expressions. But as I mentioned, I do have some issues with it, and I think the biggest one is that for several stretches throughout the movie, it's just flat out boring. It felt as if I was slipping kind of in and out of engagement because there's definitely scenes that really work and are really engaging, and then it would kind of lose me for a little bit. I would ultimately get locked in again, only to get lost again a little later. And I think because I was slipping in and out of engagement throughout the movie, it just made the already long runtime feel even longer. I swear, this movie is just an eternity. And maybe from like a pacing and structural standpoint, that's just how the source material is. I personally have never read the book, but maybe that's just the way that this movie is structured. I also expected for spending so darn long with these characters to have a stronger emotional tie and connection to them, but ultimately at the end, the emotional beats did not hit me quite as hard as I think Del Toro intended. There's also a couple instances of just really ugly CGI. Apparently CGI dogs are having a little bit of a moment this year with Superman and Shelby Oaks. But also, even outside of the dogs in the one scene, there's a couple instances that I don't really want to spoil, but there's a couple instances where they used CGI for like a kind of a creepy face, and it really took me out of the movie. And this kind of shoddy CGI does matter because it takes me out of the experience and from an otherwise experience that has a ton of fantastic set design. And then you just have this really ugly CGI thrown in the middle and it just takes you out of it. Overall, I think Frankenstein is a bit of a mixed bag for me. I was thankful that I did get to see it in theaters because if I had waited for it to come to Netflix, I don't even know if I would have been able to finish the movie. And I'm not one to, say movies are boring all the time. I feel like I am a fan of slower movies, but this movie just really did not connect with me, did not grab me. And for that, I'm going to have to give it a very down the middle score of 2.5 out of 5 because I appreciate Del Toro, I appreciate the craft, acting, set design, fantastic, but this movie just really did not grab me.